Okay, ready. Alright, so we had to set up the video a different type of way. We have had a lot of challenges. The video camera is one of our barriers, but that's quite alright. We are back here and in the process of trying to complete teaching about contriving manned opportunities. So right now, we're finishing up with pretty much the new RBT, trying to figure out what the motivating operator is for their client. It could be these crayons, or it could be the cell phone, which, you know, she's just been contriving opportunities for me to request or ask for the cell phone. It could be my magical wand pen that I have, etc. And so she has to know how to prompt me. She can prompt me either verbally, she can gesture prompt to get me just point to the phone. That's her gesture. Sorry, it's the computer at this point. We'll just hold it. So she can just point at the phone to get me to want the phone or try to get the phone from her. Then what else? She could say, get the phone. She can verbally prompt me, say, get the phone.
Get the phone.
So she just gave me 2 different prompts, and she would have to fade those out by just saying, or just only giving me one, which would be the least intrusive, which she would just gesture. Just point. And then yes, that's still contriving an opportunity for me to get the cell phone. The cell phone is right here on this table. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time with that here. Yeah, okay. So then she would say, she would check yes or no if she's fading. The motivating operator does not question, staff does not use questions as prompts. We're going over the fidelity checklist here, yes or no. Staff provides adequate number of teaching trials, 2 to 3 minutes approximately for an answer or a response from the client. So here's the cell phone again. She's going to gesture prompt to that, and I should just go ahead within 2 to 3 minutes to get that. And that's accurate, a good enough amount of time for the client to respond to the prompting. Then we have staff, and we're going over section 2, manding procedure. So staff consistently utilizes procedures across motivational categories, yes or no. Staff uses appropriate error correction procedures. So if she wants me to request for this cell phone, right, and she's using, hold on, can you see it right here? Yeah, maybe a little bit higher. Okay, so 1, the cell phone, and the crayons, right? You have 3 different things right here. Okay. And this is her, just, she wants me to request for the cell phone. It's just, it's not necessarily her wanting me to request for a reinforcer, but me getting the cell phone is reinforcement for my behavior of requesting or asking or pointing to or showing her the particular item. However, so what we're going to do is, right now, I'm going to get you to run this trial. There's 3 different things here. We have the crayons, we have the cell phone, and we have the wand, okay? So you can pick right now to choose which one you want me to touch. So you could just, wait, hold on, okay? This is you setting up the trial. Okay. I need to respond within 2 to 3 minutes to pick an item. I will be, it really doesn't matter right now that I am verbal or nonverbal, if I can speak to you to get it or if I can't speak to you to get it, because what you're going to deliver is the instruction for me to touch whatever item you choose for me to touch. I need to touch that within 2 to 3 minutes, okay? And then you decide if I don't do it correct, which way you're going to prompt me further. So you can gesture to it. You can try to tell me again to do it. You can take my hand to the correct item you want me to select, or you can what else? You can model it for me to show me the right way. Whatever you decide, okay? So let's try it. All right, so tell me, the instruction is for me to touch the item. Whichever item you choose, you say touch the, and then I should touch it. And if I don't touch it, then you need to either point to it for me to touch it, take my hand. You can model for me to touch it, however, but you still have to show me the right item to touch. if I don't touch it correctly when you ask me to.
Okay.
Okay.
Touch the wand. So
you can say deliver. You can deliver. You can correct me and show me. Take my hand to touch the right item.
Okay.
Or however. So I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it right at first. Okay, so I touched the wrong things, but that's because I don't know what the wand is.
So do you say no?
You don't
when
have
they do the wrong thing?
No, you don't have to say no because I didn't actually do a bad thing. I just didn't touch the right item. So you correct me and say, show me what the correct item is.
Okay.
By either, because you want me to touch it. Ultimately, I need to touch either one of these three things. So you can. The best way to prompt me would be just to take my hand so that I can touch the right thing.
Right.
But give me the instruction again.
Okay. Touch the wand.
I touched the wrong thing, so correct me. Take my hand. This is the one. Tell me.
This is the wand.
Okay. You're correcting me.
Okay.
Because I didn't know what it was. You're still teaching me. Okay? Alright. So, give me the, well, you're going to try to distract me because you want me to learn what the wand is. So you switched it up for me. Give me the instruction. So I didn't get that trial right because I didn't give you the right item. But you showed me what the right item was. So then now, hopefully, I'll get the item right. So give me the instruction again to touch the whatever you choose. Or to touch the right, to touch what you just told me to choose.
Touch the wand. Okay.
So, did I do that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can give me some praise. Good job.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, you can tell me good job for touching the wand.
Good job for touching the wand.
And that makes me feel so good. That makes me feel so good. So hopefully by you teaching me that this is the wand and giving me some praise, I'll touch the wand again.
Oh.
Let's try that one more time. So the first time I didn't get it right, the second time I got it right. So, and then just to kind of, I know we're going to get down to the data collection part of it, but to show you that part there is just to give you a little bit. Where is that at? It's right here. So you just ran a trial. So if you had to prompt me because I got it wrong, you used the gesture prompt. I got it wrong. You gave me the opportunity to get it right, but I got it wrong. So you could mark here. You gave me the opportunity and I didn't get it right.
Okay.
So, did I independently get it right without you having to do anything? No. So I didn't do it independently. You prompted me. Did I do it just out of anywhere? No. You were running a trial. Okay. So that's one way we can look at trying to take the data. So I know this is a lot to take in. So if a client 80% of the time you ask them for a wand gets it right, that'll be them meeting criteria. Okay, that'll be good. We'll take that. All right, for time's sake. Okay, so then I just wanted you to see that, but then I'm actually going to run a trial on you to show you what you were doing to try to teach them at the same time to correct them. But we want to ensure that they actually know for sure that it's the wand. So let me demonstrate the actual error correction procedure really quick, because that's part of teaching contriving for an item and also teaching them the correct way to ask, point, whatever, to get an item. Okay, so we have the wand, phone, and the crayons. I'm going to run the trial on you. I'm going to tell you to touch whatever item here, and then I'm going to prompt you if you get it right or wrong or however. So we'll just run it. You can decide if you want to get it right. You can decide if you want to get it wrong, okay? And then I'm going to teach you. All right, touch the wand. This is wand. This is wand. Clap your hands. Touch your head. Show me. No. Touch wand. That's correct. You touched wand. Good job for touching wand. You did good. Touch wand. Good job. That is touching the wand. All right. So we did the whole error correction. That was an opportunity to get it right. She got it correct. So when we go back to our data collection, just to show her or to teach her this part here, this is, so whenever the example from earlier, the person had the opportunity to get it right, but they didn't get it right. But when I just did this example on my new RBT, and I'm gonna mark it for the second man. There's a first man and the second man, just to show it was different, or however, for this one. So the first time I gave you the SD and you got it right. Is that right?
Right.
So I gave you the opportunity to get it right, and you got it right. And that was independent. And so there we go with that. Okay. So the second time I delivered the instruction or the SD or however, that we could break that down further, but the instruction was to touch the wand. You were given the opportunity, but you didn't get it. Well, you didn't get it right at first, right?
Right.
Okay, so because you didn't get it right at first, and that's a different way of taking that, we could do that. But since you did get it right at first, I had to do a procedure where I corrected you to show you what was the right item, right?
Right.
And I verified twice that you knew that it was right. Opportunity versus correct. So you didn't get it right the first time, but you got it right the second time we ran it, okay? All right, so we look at it like that. Some hope. Okay, we'll look at it just like that, okay? All right, so let me move this. This is for our trial that we had. All right, so we are, after just kind of breaking down, I'm going with the flow of things, or however it works out to be able to teach best, for it to make sense for the new RBT and how they learn. So initial mands, they could look like anything as, so what I was telling her is, a request can look like anything depending on if the client is verbal or nonverbal. They may use a device or maybe not use a device. So the RBT has to figure out how does this client communicate, okay, and try to use the best prompts for the client. So initial mands, of course, are not specific. Well, they are specific, not general. So at first we have to teach them to specifically request certain items, and then they'll realize, oh, there's other things in my environment that I can request. Then initial mands are from several different categories. Like she can request crayons, which is almost considered a toy. Food if she's thirsty or hungry. However, initial mands are not for removing aversive stimuli. Initial mands do not require politeness. Initial mands are strong reinforcers. This cell phone is the strong reinforcer here. And then in our example could be potentially this one. Initial mands are easy to deliver in small quantities. Initial mands are items that can be offered frequently and are developmentally appropriate for the client. Okay, and that's either yes or no. Did she do either of those things for her mands? Yes or no for that section, initial man, so she can know what to recognize as far as the man is concerned. And then we went over the data collection of that. And then versus opportunity versus correct, 80% of the time in session would be good in knowing that the client is manding correctly. So then this leads us to go into the PowerPoint. The PowerPoint has what is a mand, and we've kind of discussed that already. Autism in manding, why teaching manding is important, how you teach manding, strategies to how to set up the environment before your session actually starts to motivate the client, and then we'll summarize this. So pretty much a mand, like I was telling my new RBT Brittany, is whenever a client requests something, wants something, or points to something, they may go to something or go to a specific area of a room, however. But Skinner defined demand as a verbal operant in which the response is reinforced by a characteristic consequence and is therefore under the functional control of relevant conditions of deprivation or aversive stimulation. So deprivation, like I was saying, she could be really thirsty. She's really thirsty and really hungry. So then what if she's really thirsty and she's hungry, depending on if she can communicate, she may hit me because she can't communicate to try to tell me that she wants some water or something to eat, or she may pull my hair to get my attention to try to get the motivating operator. Then I may be making a loud noise, banging on this table, and she wants me to stop because it's hurting her ears. But she can't tell me. She doesn't know how to tell me. So eventually, you know, we'll teach her to man for a stop. That could be using sign language, or it could be using her device, or however, okay? So then, why is manding or requesting for an item important? Well, we look at autism and manding. You know, if you can't use the basic skill of asking for an item or requesting what you need, your wants go unattended, and you may be deprived and not satiated. So teaching manding requests is a major part of ABA therapy, which is what she's providing as the RBT implementation. So ABA therapy is a major part of ABA therapy for early language learners. And she works in the clinic with children that range from ages 3 years old to up to 12 years old, providing direct therapy or discrete trial teaching. And then the speaker listener role, how we communicate. You know, if I ask you for something, you're listening back to me, and then hopefully the listener attends to what the speaker just actually asked them. So, and this is socially appropriate behavior. A lot of autistic clients are not able to communicate. They're very sensitive to the environment, and we're having to help them to shape their behavior. Helps with interaction with others, helps to increase the likelihood of independent versus prompted responses, which is what I just discussed with her. The client was given an opportunity to get it right by himself versus whenever she had to use a gesture or a verbal prompt to get them to select the item. Prompted responses for targeted behavior and can help to minimize disruptive problem behaviors in autistic or disabled clients. What is manding? Pretty much, manding, as we've said, is requesting, pointing, wanting something, asking for something. It's trying to get your needs met for the most part. And so we're trying to build on this communication. So this is antecedent, request item, motivating operation, or MO. So the trial that we just ran was, she can say crayon. She can have this up. She can say crayon.
Say crayon.
Crayon, and then when I say crayon, she'll give me the item. Let's try that again. So she'll tell me, she's trying to figure out, do I want these crayons or not, right? I could, or I may not. If I don't want them, I'm not going to ask for them. I'm not going to point to them. I'm not going to request them. I'm not going to do any of those things. But, she can teach me the skill to ask for that item. So that's what she's doing here. So she can give me the instruction to do it, or I can independently do it. So I'll independently do it. Crayon. So when I independently said crayon, she realized that that's what I wanted, and she gave that to me. So then now she's going to give me the instruction to say the item so that I can get the item. Go ahead. Okay. You say.
Okay. Say crayon.
Crayon. And then I got the crayon. So I requested the item. She can try the opportunity for me to get the item here. Okay. All right.
Do I say good job?
Yeah, you can say good job.
Good job.
And then the newly trained RBT remembered to give me positive reinforcement so that I could give her that same targeted or desired behavior. She's learning. She might be learning. She said she's learning. Okay. Why teach manding? Like I said, it's the building block for communication. It determines the motivating operators. What will the client work for? So she has figured already that in this session, there are some items that are highly preferred, such as this cell phone here that she used, that she could get me to work for. I independently asked for these crayons. She found that. And potentially, I want this wand. So, and then two, maybe I want attention. Maybe that's what I want, or maybe I want attention from my peers. You never know. Or she can get me, and I can man for that. Or she can get me to, okay, so in the trial, or if I'm trying to put a puzzle together, right? There's 3 pieces to the puzzle, right? 3 pieces that I need to this puzzle to fit these pieces together correctly. So what she did was she hid one of these pieces from me, but I need it. And maybe it's right beside her and I can see that it's over there. And then so she wants me to ask for it. Okay, so we have these 2 pieces here. I've done this. She took this unbeknownst to me, but she's contriving the opportunity. She's gonna kind of hide it right around where she is, but I can still kind of see it. And I'm over here. She says, you can say, do the puzzle. Give me the instruction to do the puzzle.
Do the puzzle.
All right. Okay, I just did the puzzle with the 2 pieces, but I know that I need 3, and the 3rd piece goes right here, okay? And then I look around, and I'm looking around in my environment, and I found that 3rd piece. I point to it because I want it, or I say I want. Or I say where. No, she's trying to get me to contrive to use the word where. So I look around, I'm able to say it verbally. Where is that 3rd piece? I found it. And I'm pointing because I want it. And then I say, I want that piece. And then she gives it to me because I used my words. And I also pointed and I requested for this because I need it. That's where. We contrived an opportunity to man for where. All right. So, and that can also go into how to teach manding, basic man training. So she's finding my motivating operator. She could do that naturally because the cell phone, you know, I want to use that cell phone to play those games. And then she contrived the opportunity for me to request for a puzzle piece because I needed it. And then at the same time, she's using her fidelity checklist to set everything up in the setting to make sure that it's organized. She clears it, sets up a trial again. She knows what a mand is, what to look for, how to present it, 80% a session, and she's able to collect the right data. And so there are, of course, antecedent strategies. And so, of course, those strategies can always be to set the structure of the environment, the time. She may have to adjust the time for it, depending on how long the client can sit. She may have to go and find other things in the environment to try to contrive opportunities. What else can she do? Make sure that if the client is sensory, that she has something for that. So she's always manipulating the reinforcers or the operator to be able to set the stage for the session. And then in summary, teaching manding is the centralized focus of ABA therapy for early learners. This helps the client to navigate appropriately to control their environment and behaviors. And the RBT, of course, will be able to successfully set up her session, to be able to help the client contrive for manding opportunities, to help to build his language, to show progress. And she will be skilled in this for her success, and to make sure that the program is running as planned. All right, thank you. This is my BST handout PowerPoint fidelity check video presentation. And thank you to my newly trained RBT, Brittany, for participating in the first part of this video. We will come back for a second part just to kind of get an update to see how her sessions have been going using the materials. So thank you.